Valentina, I would like to first start out with just saying congratulations for your success at Windermere Prep and for being accepted into some of the finest academic institutions in the nation. I'd like to also thank you for being such an amazing, inspirational, and helpful mentor and reach a student. As you know, there wouldn't be a blog without you.
Thank you.
Before going into the list of colleges you've been accepted to, I'd like to start by asking you a few questions that I hope you will give insight into your approach to success. So firstly, let's talk about when you started school at Windermere Prep and your childhood background.
Okay, so I was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and I moved to Florida when I was 2 years old. And I went to Windermere Prep in pre-K4, and then I left for a period and came back in 7th grade, and this year I'm graduating.
Can you reflect back into a time at Windermere Prep and share with us some of your best memories?
Okay, well, my best memory, hands down, at Windermere Prep has probably been everything related to our sister schools. So I remember the student government summits, the Meritas Academic Olympiad, and bringing home gold for oration, and of course the Meritas games.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what did you like most about Windermere Prep?
I think my favorite thing about Windermere Prep has been the international students. I think it gives different perspectives inside of the class. It takes learning outside of the classroom, and you make friends from all over the world, so that's definitely been my favorite thing.
Yeah. I know you published a book called From My Heart to Yours. Can you tell us a little about it?
Sure. Well, I've always really enjoyed writing, and so I made the decision earlier on this year with the help of a lot of my teachers to take that a step further, and I wanted to publish a book before I turned 18. And so My Heart to Yours is a collection of musings. It's basically just a collection of poetry and prose in both English and Spanish.
That is so amazing. You work a lot in community service and have a charity that you and your brother Christian founded. Can you tell us about it and what inspired you to this cause?
Sure. Well, I'm really into service. I think it's such an important way to demonstrate your love for humanity. And so Proyecto Niños del Mundo is basically a project that Christian and I launched based in Orlando, but we volunteer and work at hospitals and outpatient facilities and schools in Ecuador. And this year I expanded it to work in a school and in Peru. And so it's a really fun cause, and I plan to study something related to development with health in college.
I know you are in varsity cross country. How long have you been doing cross country? And do you hope to continue it through college?
Sure. Well, I always really enjoyed running. Before I ran cross country, I rode crew for a while, and I just like staying active. And so I realized that in crew what I really loved was running, and I think it's a great balance of mind, body, and spirit. And so I've been running at WPS since my sophomore year, and so this year was my last season. And I plan on staying active in college, whether it be running or hiking or something along those lines.
You sound like a really well-rounded student. We all would love to know, what colleges have you been accepted to so far?
Sure. So I was accepted to the University of Florida, the Honors Program, the University of Miami, Boston College, Duke University, Brown University, Cornell University, and Yale University.
You are so inspiring to so many of us at Windermere Prep. Are there any tips that you can give to high schoolers applying for college?
Sure. I think that my biggest tip would be just to do what you love, and then everything else will follow. I think that the passion that you put into everything and is really evident when you apply to colleges, and so don't stress yourself out too much. Everything will work out fine. I think that's my biggest advice.
So how did you do it? When you were applying for colleges, what do you think made your application stand out from the thousands of others?
Sure. I think that the thing that maybe made me stand out a little bit was that I've always been kind of like a go-getter. And so what that means to me is that I knew what I love to do. So a lot of people don't know what they want to do when they go to college, but this worked in my favor because throughout high school I just did what I loved, and then I went after it even when the resources maybe weren't there, and I think that was evident when I applied to colleges.
We all would love to know about your courses that you took throughout high school. Can you tell us about the classes you took from 9th through 12th grade?
Sure. Well, my freshman year, I took the honors classes that the school offered through my sophomore year. My sophomore year, I took AP European History, And then my junior and senior years, I did the IB diploma program. My HLs were HL English, Spanish, Bio, and Chem, with SLs in Econ and Math. And then this year I added an AP to my schedule, so I'm taking AP Environmental because I didn't know anything about the environment and I felt kind of bad. So yeah.
How did you choose between IB, diploma, and certificate?
Okay, well, it was actually kind of an easy decision for me. I knew that I wanted to have a really balanced schedule, and I thought that the IB diploma program provided that, and I was really interested in taking theory of knowledge as a class. And so I mean, I talked to a lot of people that have been on the fence between certificate, diploma, or not doing any IB. I definitely just suggest to do what you feel comfortable with, and everything else will fall into place.
And would you say that taking rigorous courses are one of the main things that affect your chances of getting into a prestigious college, or what else do you think could contribute?
Sure. Well, when I was at Yale, which is the college that I decided to go to, by the way, I met a lot of people from different backgrounds, people that didn't go to high schools that had IB or AP classes, and I think that the college admissions process really takes into consideration what your school offers, and so, but also what you feel comfortable taking. So I wouldn't take classes that are beyond your comfort level. I think that grades and the classes that you take are important, but I think something that's more important is taking classes that will kind of go into what you want to do in the future. And I think that extracurriculars that you love, and also just being like a good person definitely help out.
And finally, would you be interested in being an alumni mentor next year?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you for taking this interview with me today, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you.